You want to open up your compass so that it allows you to do the largest circle possible on this paper. So I'm just kind of eyeballing how wide I can make this to fit the biggest circle that I can, which will be about half of my total circle because I'm going to rotate it around to create my circle. Probably open it a little bit wider. All right, let's try that. So I am going to push the compass down. I'm eyeballing about halfway, helps to stand up. Just gonna lightly drag this around, keeping that point in the middle secure, not letting it scoot around on me. All right, that looks good. And I can barely see that little point in the center. Just gonna erase where my compass just smudged. I'm just gonna make a little dot where this pokey part was poking into my paper, so I know where the middle of my circle is. Now I'm going to divide my circle into quadrants, equal quadrants. So I'm not measuring anything here. I'm using the center point that I marked where my compass poked into my paper, and I'm making sure that my ruler is perfectly perpendicular to the top or bottom edge of my paper. So if it's crooked like this, it won't work. If it's perpendicular, so make sure it's lined up right with that edge and it's coming right through the center of our circle. That looks good. We're gonna draw our middle point vertical. We're gonna do the same thing with our middle point horizontal, so making sure that the ruler is right in line with the point and make sure it's perpendicular, so this flat line, the edge of that ruler is perfectly lined up with the edge of my paper, and it is crossing through that center dot, that center point. And we can draw our horizontal line. So that gives us 4 equal quadrants. Now we have to get we need 3 pie slices in each quadrant. Can't do that with a straight ruler because it won't give us the right measurements. So we have to actually do it with the compass. So we don't want to lose this measurement. This is exactly how wide my compass, or how wide the circle is, like half the circle. I'm going to take this compass point, I'm going to place it on this point right here where these 2 lines intersect, right there. And I'm going to just make a little mark right there, right where those 2 lines intersect is where 1 pie slice will go. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. We'll scoot it over here and make one down here. That's where 1 pie slice will go. Now we have to find this distance. I could eyeball it, but if I want it to be accurate, I'm going to relocate my compass to that little intersection down here. Make sure that point is right on that space where those 2 lines cross. And make a little line right there. So right where those 2 lines intersect. And same thing here. Put my compass right on that point. And go ahead and draw it. We only have to do half the circle because what will happen is when I use my ruler, I can put my ruler right on the crisscross area, right where those 2 lines intersect and the center point of my circle. So make sure it's lined up here in the right spot, here in the right spot, and then I can draw a line all the way through and it'll give me pie slices over here as well. So right where these 2 lines create that X, I'm gonna put a ruler right there, and then also make sure it's on that middle point. That way we know we're drawing it in the right spot. Go ahead and draw our next mark there. And scoot it down. Almost done here. Right where it crosses, and then right through the middle. Make sure your ruler's in the right spot in both areas. Draw our line through the center, and then our last one here. Got to make sure it's lined up in both spots in the right spot. Scoot it over a little bit, and our last one. Good, now we've got 12 equal pie slices.